beautiful Libras. This is Debs, and we're here, of course, for your reading for mid-August 2026. And Libra, I felt really excited when I went into meditation, but it was really weird because, first of all, when I closed my eyes, it was all black, as usual, nothing there. And then I saw an explosion of fireworks, and I heard the words clean sweep. And when I got up, I was drawn to the window and I pulled back the curtain and there were spots of dust on the window pane. And I don't know why. I thought, oh, the windows need cleaning. So I cleaned the window, and then I noticed that when I cleaned the window, there was a cobweb right up in the corner, tiny cobweb. And so I'm afraid it's very me. I found the spider. I took it outside. I can't bear to kill insects. But I got rid of the cobweb. I thought, no, the spider can make a cobweb outside. And then when I went inside, I thought, oh, the floor needs cleaning. So Libra, I found myself getting out a mop and a bucket, an antiseptic solution. And after I did the floor in the room where I clean the windows, I thought, well, I may as well do the rest of the house. And so Libra, 2 hours later, I've sat down to do your reading. The house is spotless. But Archangel Michael reminded me of the message that I was supposed to deliver to you, which is clean sweep, Libra. You are somehow going to start from zero. Symbolically, Libra, this is you going into a room, seeing a tiny tear in the wallpaper, in a living room, in a bedroom, whatever this is, and thinking, oh, that's really irritating me, got to get rid of it. You try to stick it down, it doesn't work. So you end up peeling it off a little bit and the whole sheet comes off, right? That is symbolically what we're looking at for you, Libra. You are undertaking a clean sweep, a deep clean. It's going to start, though, very, very, very small. But you're going to be so pleased with what you've done that you're going to be going a lot deeper. Now, guys, this could be a very deep reading, or we could be going into you clearing the recesses of your mind, right? Or you could literally be feeling as if, okay, the whole house has got to be completely gutted. It could be, Libra, this is you starting from scratch with your finances. You could be looking at your finances thinking, you know what? Gosh, yeah, I shouldn't be paying for this. I shouldn't be paying for that. You may be cancelling subscriptions. You could be deciding to shop in a very different way. You could be deciding to cook meals and freeze them rather than going out and buying ready-made meals. You could be clean sweeping your finances. But whatever this is, Libra, you're going to feel really, really good. And once you get a taste of how you're going to feel once you've started, you're not only going to carry on, but you're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Yeah, absolutely. Archangel Michael showing me the bottle of window cleaner and the cloth I use to clean the windows. He's now showing me the vision of me using a mop to, wash down the kitchen floor using antiseptic solution, I can't remember what you call it, antiseptic solution, right? Yeah, so he's basically saying this is where you started and you ended up doing a full house clean. Yeah, so that is what you're doing, Libra. Whatever this is for you, you are entering clean sweep. Okay, all right. Here we go, guys. Here we go. This is the Vintage Tarot. If you guys want a reading with me, my website's down below. Yeah, Libra. I don't know, guys. You could be doing a full-on detox. I don't know. This is you thinking, all right, I'm going to chuck that food away, That fell in my lap. I shouldn't be eating that. You might go from there, Libra, to looking at ingredients on packets thinking, wow, shouldn't be eating all that crap. And you might be then deciding to shop very differently. I'm going to be looking at ingredients on bottles and packets from now on, and you may be switching to much cleaner food. You may be ditching sauces and stuff like that, packet stuff. It could be that. I know we're in the middle of shuffling, guys, but yeah, look at that. Knight of Wands in reverse. Because, Libra, maybe you've run out of energy. Maybe you've been moving so fast that you've recognized that things really need to change. I mean, this is you working so hard, Libra, that you haven't noticed that your living room's filthy, or you haven't noticed that you haven't washed your kitchen floor for a month. This is you feeling sluggish, thinking, okay, well, the only reason I may be feeling sluggish is perhaps the food I've been eating. Okay, guys. Oh, they're all coming out. Yeah. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So, Libra. For some of you, this can be a little bit of overindulgence. Page of Swords, Nine of Cups. I know I've been eating the wrong types of food. Or I know I've been spending too much money on things I shouldn't be spending money on. Knight of Wands in reverse is I've got to sort this out because I'm losing energy. I'm losing enthusiasm. I feel tired. All right, let's just hope no more cards jump out the deck, guys. This is a really strange reading. But then I've just done the reading for Aquarius. Had to think then, and that was really odd. That was like a 5-year reading, but I was guided to do it. So that was for a group of Aquarians out there. So Archangel Michael, this is Libra. What do we have for Libra? Take it as it resonates, guys. You know? Somehow you are, Michael's now showing me a hoover. You are getting rid of the gunk. You are getting rid of the clutter. You are deep cleaning somehow. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, 5 Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. 2 of Swords. Yeah, Libra, this is you not wanting to see that maybe you have been spending too much money, or you haven't been wanting to see, Libra, that you might have felt left out in the cold. You might have kept yourself isolated because you didn't have the energy to go out. You didn't have the enthusiasm. You didn't have the get up and go. You felt sluggish, right? Okay. You're suddenly recognizing why you have been feeling the way you have been feeling. In the past, Libra, 4 of Wands, nice and stable. Okay, beautiful. Feeling good about feeling stable. After that time, the Emperor. You might have communicated with an older masculine, or Libra, you may have sat in your masculine trying to take control of your life. Very, very busy. You could be running a business and you might have been sitting in your masculine for quite a long time, or you could be a masculine. Is this about self-care, caring for your environment, taking time to just stop and get things sorted, get things cleaned up, get things organized? Maybe, Libra, you've been working so hard, you haven't had a chance to do it. Or maybe because you've been so busy, you've been buying packet food rather than making food, or you've just been grabbing whatever you can see because, you know, you always have done. You're breaking patterns, Libra. You might have gone to a grocery store and always bought exactly the same thing without looking at the ingredients, without looking at what you're consuming. In your thoughts, the Hierophant, yeah. What you're recognizing is you've always done things in a very traditional way. Whether or not this is you thinking about how you clean your environment, whether or not this is you thinking about how you take care of yourself, whether or not this is you thinking about how you manage your finances, what you're recognizing is everything has to change. Everything has to change. Whatever area of life this is, clean sweep. In the immediate future, the King of Wands, you're taking action, Libra. You're taking action, or you could be talking to an Aries, Leo, or Sag masculine. Could be somebody who's helping you with this. In your fears, guys, Three of Swords. Fearing that if you don't do this, you're not going to be feeling good about yourself or feeling good about your environment. In the environment is the Ace of Swords. Somebody's recognizing what you're doing, Libra, and I feel they are on your side. They are applauding you. It's almost as if they're saying, congratulations, Libra. This has been a long time coming, guys. It may be this is someone who's recognized that you always seem tired, or you have been withdrawn, or you were feeling a little bit listless, or you'd run out of energy. This is someone who's recognizing that something had to change. And Libra, you are changing something big here. In your hopes, guys, the Six of Cups, you may be hoping to go back to the way you used to do things in the deep past. Taking care of yourself the way you did when you were at uni, maybe, or when you were a young teenager. Or taking care of your environment the way you used to when you had a bit more time. Or going back to doing things the way Granny did them. Or eating, what do you call it, Grandma made. I think there's a saying, or there might even be a book. Eating Grandma made, or recipes that Grandma used to make, or something like that. You are dipping into the past. You may also be going into cupboards and finding things that you used to take that made you feel better. It could be you used to be deficient in one particular vitamin and you just stopped taking them because you ran out at some point and thought, well, I'm not going to bother again. You're going to go back and rummage around and just see what you can find. You may be digging out old recipes from way back. Whatever this is for you, Libra, you're going back to a very healthy way of doing something that you used to do that you don't do anymore. You might have budgeted very carefully every month, written down everything you used to spend. You may not have done that for years. You may be starting to do that again. And in the outcome, yes, you're starting from scratch, clean sweep, Page of Pentacles. You're starting from scratch, Libra. Telling yourself the truth. You don't have a lot of energy left because you might have been sat in overindulgence. For some of you, it could simply be eating the wrong food. It could be spending too much money. You're going back to the past. I'm seeing a black and white photograph. You may also be strongly connecting to your ancestors at this time, Libra. They may be guiding you that this is the right thing to do. Clarification for you guys, the Magician. You can do this, guys. You can do this. You can do this. Yes, because 9 of Wands, Libra, you're fed up of feeling sluggish, maybe not terribly well. Libra, this is nothing to do, for the majority of you, I'm not a practitioner. I don't think this is anything to do with you feeling ill. You're just not feeling 100%. Maybe you've been pushing yourself too much. It could be you need a break. But I feel this is more about what you've been consuming. Look at what you've been consuming, guys. If you're tempted to sort of comfort eat, this is you recognizing, I can't do that anymore because I don't actually feel well when I do it. Whoever is in the environment, recognizing that you are slicing out the past, you are beginning a new cycle. Yes, they're recognizing, Libra, that you're taking better care of your health. You're taking much better care of your health because you have been sacrificing. Yeah, what they are looking at is you might have let things slide a little bit because you were busy or you didn't have time to do things properly the way you used to do them. You're going back to doing things the way you used to. And it could be to do with wanting to feel better. It could be psychological. Whatever you're doing, Libra, you are cleaning, gutting, you are scouring, you are getting rid of any gunk, getting rid of anything sticky, getting rid of anything that you don't need. You are cleaning, streamlining, lining things up. You are getting rid of the padding. You are stripping yourself down, Libra. And again, it'll be different for all of you guys. And you're going to feel so much better. Okay, so let's have a look at the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. I want to say, Libra, start really, really small. Because you know what it's like, you know, I mean, this is maybe some of you thinking, okay, I'm going to go on a detox, and you go to a health food shop and you spend too much money on all this health food stuff. And then you open your cupboard when you're tired and you think, oh my God, you know, all I want to do is sit and have a donut or a cup of coffee, right? Or crack open some soda. Start really, really small. Start, if this is anything to do with diet, start eliminating a few things. And once you've got used to that and you're not craving it, you know, maybe cut out chocolate. And once you start craving chocolate, then just move on to the next thing. Maybe for some of you, you haven't realized, but you may be gluten intolerant, or you may have food allergies that you don't know about, or you may be realizing that you're consuming things just before you go to bed, which means that you're not sleeping. And I don't really want to make this into a diet, detox, health type reading, because a lot of you get really fed up with that. But it's a very strong message coming through for a group of Libras. And again, guys, this could be to do with you streamlining your finances. This could be you sorting out your house, creating more space, clearing out junk, whatever this is. And there seems to have been a theme for Libra. I have to say, over the last few months, I feel as if this type of reading's come out before. And I'm so sorry if you're sick of it, but I can't help what comes through. Let's have a look at the Two of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, Libra, clean sweep, the world. I'm fed up of staying in because I don't have the energy to go out, because I'm feeling sluggish, I'm not feeling great, I'm feeling a bit tired, or I'm fed up of worrying about money the whole time, but I know that when I go to the shops, I buy this and I buy that. No more, Libra, Two of Swords. Something has to change with the energy of the world. And you're doing it. You're doing it. What are you doing here, Libra? Eight of Wands. You're communicating to someone about this, or you could be going online and watching, I don't know, you could be going onto YouTube and watching little videos on how people have turned around their lives, how people somehow get to feel more energetic. But this is very homeopathic, very natural if you're going down that road. This is not you buying supplements that are going to give you more energy or anything like that. This is you stripping everything down rather than taking more in, right? But you may be getting a little addicted to health videos or something similar. And again, slow burn, Libra. This is going to be clean sweep, but it may be over the next few months. Because you want this to last, you want this to become a daily healthy routine. Yes, you're calling Judgment Day on yourself, Libra. And for those of you this is hitting, you're probably really triggered right now. Yep, Debs, stop talking about it. Yeah, don't want to hear it. Turn it off. Don't want to hear it. Well, you're triggered, Libra, because you need to hear this. Some of you are hating me right now. But I tell you what, after this video, I might go into my cupboard and bin my chocolate. I might. I love my chocolate. I might bin it. French chocolate is the best, but it's very easy to overindulge. Yeah, you're walking away from the past cycle you have been sat in. Because it's too sticky, it's too syrupy, it's too rich, it's too much, right? Yeah, you're walking away from something that hasn't served you. Maybe even Libra, you wake up in the middle of the night feeling as if your digestion's off or you're not sleeping well. You know, Libra, if this is your reading, because you will be watching this thinking, yeah, that's me. I hate to admit it, that's me. Yeah, you've been in your head. This might even have been something, Libra, that deep down you began to feel slightly concerned about. But it might have been a vicious cycle, right? Oh, I'm really worried about my money, so I'm going to go out and buy some comfort food. And then you eat the comfort food and you don't feel well. And this is you thinking, well, I shouldn't have bought that anyway because it's junk. It's junk food. And it's a perpetual cycle. Or this is you, crashing out at the end of the day, super tired. You don't have the energy to cook. So you just grab something that's easy, like a bowl of pasta. And this is you thinking, I shouldn't have had that big bowl of pasta so late at night because I'm not going to sleep well. There's some kind of routine that you need to kick yourself out of. But Libra, you're going to have to do this at the right time for you. Not when you're super tired. Not when you have a really busy day ahead of you. Start by having a really good night's sleep. Cut out any stimulants, right? Or whether or not you smoke, whether or not you drink alcohol, whether or not you drink coffee, caffeinated coffee before you go to bed. Cut out all the stimulants if you do that. Many of you don't. But if you do, cut that out. Have a really good night's sleep. Soaky bath, little bit of lavender, Dead Sea salt. Really chill. Drink loads and loads of water an hour before you go to bed. Maybe even start colon cleanse sachets. There's something here also about digestion that's coming through. Start it, and then the next day you're going to feel lighter and brighter and less heavy in yourself, as in less sluggish, and then see whether or not you can start to kickstart a healthier routine the next morning. So maybe have a really quiet Friday. Take a Saturday off if you can. Very difficult if you run a business, I know, but try and do that. Ensure you have a really clean Friday evening, even if you go to bed super early. And the next morning, start this gradual cleanup. And I think, Libra, you're going to really feel the difference. And once you feel the difference, you're going to want to keep going with it. And guys, rather like me starting cleaning the windows and then getting a mop and bucket out, cleaning the kitchen floor, you may start to go through your pantry, go through your freezer, go through your fridge and start chucking stuff out. You might. It might kickstart you doing things very, very differently. It might. Now, this could also relate to finances, but let's have a look at the past. Four of Wands. Clean sweep is what I keep hearing. The Empress. Yeah. The Empress is all abundant. I could be connecting with a group of Libras out there who are slightly older, whether or not you're masculine or feminine. You may also be wanting to kick habits that you might have picked up after you left home. We got parental energy here. Or maybe, you were brought up by parents who didn't teach you to eat really healthily. Maybe it was all a bit stodgy for some of you. And so that's what you got used to. This could go back a long time. Yes, I mean, Ace of Cups is about self-love. But maybe there was a bit too much overindulgence when you were younger, when, parents were bringing you up. Maybe, as a teenager, you visited drive-thrus, or you had beans on toast, or, you had a lot of lovely food, but maybe it was too rich. Maybe your digestion's changed since then. I am getting a slant on food here. 10 of Pentacles. In the past, Libra, you might have been able to afford to treat yourself. You might have been in a slightly better financial situation, but you might now be carrying on, buying things or eating relatively pricey things that you know now you can't really afford. It could also be that. Maybe your finances have changed, but you're still buying things that you love to eat because it makes you feel good. But ironically, it may be your digestive system hates it. Oh, we've all been there, guys. The moon. Yeah. This is you knowing, Libra, that you might have been sat too much in your masculine, working really hard, relying on comfort food when you get home or after a busy day's work. But then with the moon feeling nervous because you didn't feel very well, and then feeling worried that actually at some point you had to take control of this, but you didn't because you just kept going with your day-to-day routine. You thought, yeah, one weekend I'll do it. Queen of Swords, but you know the truth, Libra, or you recognize the truth in the immediate past, but you may not have done anything about it because you just had to get on with your day-to-day routine, right? Nothing changed. But it might have been something that niggled in the back of your mind. I know I've got to do that. I know I've got to take control of that. I know I've got to eat more healthily. I know I've got to sort that out. I know I need to go back to my lovely healthy routine I used to sit in. Yeah, maybe, Libra, for some of you, you might be entrepreneurs. And so to be honest, if you don't go out and socialize and, have a reason to look lovely and get dressed up very often, you end up slopping around your house. And then you're thinking, well, if nobody actually sees what I look like, I'm not bothered. But if you got yourself into that routine, Libra, it's really important that occasionally you make an excuse to go out, put on something nice, male or female, get out the house, splash on a bit of aftershave, stick on a clean shirt or put on a little bit of makeup. Because for some of you, you've been homebound too much and you've just been wandering around, wearing really lovely, comfortable clothes, but realizing that you might have been overworking and then eating too much comfort food and then maybe indulging a little bit when you're feeling a bit low or feeling lack of energy, and it's just become a vicious cycle. You need to somehow kick that. You need to somehow kick that if you can. Again, start really, really small. Don't go crazy and jump into a really strict detox or pack your shelves with a lot of health food stuff because you're going to look at it when you're tired and think, yeah, no, right? Gradually introduce healthier stuff in. Let's have a look at the Hierophant. This is you thinking, I've always done things this way. It's going to be very difficult to break that routine. Yeah, the Star. I'm hearing detox, drink more water, cleanse your system, get rid of the junk. Okay. And guys, I am so sorry because a lot of you are hating me right now. I can't help what comes through, guys. Yes, clean sweep, major change and transformation. Yeah, Libra, this has to change. This has to change. Whatever you know has to change. Get on it, guys. And you're going to end up moving to calmer waters and feeling better in yourself. You may also be realizing that you've been homebound a bit too much. You may want to go out, try and spend time by water, take a boat trip, head off to the coast, take a day off. Knight of Pentacles. For some of you, it's been a long time coming. You haven't had a break in a long time. You've been working too hard. You've been sitting at home. And when you're tired, you tend to want to cos it yourself. You tend to want to just make yourself feel good. And that might have led to you feeling as if you were ingesting the wrong things, which then might have caused you to have a few restless nights, maybe too big a meals in the evening very late. And the whole thing has begun to just build up. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. And Libra, you know you've been standing at crossroads. For some of you, you will know this is your reading because this is you thinking, yeah, Debs, yeah. 6 months ago, I told myself things had to change, but I just didn't get around to doing it. Well, now is the time, guys. Again, start really, really small. Just start really, really small. Cut out one thing that you usually love to indulge in. Cut out one thing, but concentrate on a decent night's sleep, because for many of you, you're overindulging because, you know, after a long day's work, you want to make yourself feel good. So you might be consuming the wrong things, which then cause you not to sleep very well. And when you wake up tired, it's a vicious circle, right? And then you just want to overindulge the following day because you're tired. So you drink countless cups of coffee, or you eat chocolate because it's got caffeine in it and it makes you feel good. And it's a vicious circle. So in the immediate future, guys, King of Wands, you may be talking to a King of Wands about how you feel. Could be a mate of yours. You could be heading to the gym, right? Could be a family member, whoever this is. This is someone who's saying, yep, Libra, I can help you take action. Or you could have realized, Libra, that you have been going, sat in your masculine, and you're just exhausted. This is you thinking, I've got to take care of myself. Whoever is in the environment is recognizing that you have told yourself the truth. You are now concentrating on your health because, Libra, you have been self-sacrificing. Again, some of you could have been workaholics. This is also this person seeing things differently. You may not have taken your routine seriously, as in things need to change, but someone in the environment may have noticed that you're much more tired than you used to be, or you've just lost enthusiasm generally, and they might have started to feel a bit concerned, Libra. You know, oh, I hope Libra's okay. This is this person really pleased that you are now thinking, all right, I can't, you know, work 7 days a week late into the night, or you know, whatever work schedule you have, without taking care of yourself. They're really pleased you're starting to consider this now. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the King? Imminent, okay, yeah, I'm hearing next week, okay, Libra, yeah, next week, okay. You're getting on this, guys. You're getting on this next week. Okay, let's have a look at the King of Wands. Let's have a look at the King of Wands. This is you, Libra, male or female. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Libra, this is about starting anew. This is about growing new roots. This is about creating a veggie garden. This is you thinking, I've got to also consider my finances here. Whatever this is, they're saying start from scratch. Page of Pentacles, start from scratch. Start as you mean to go on. Start as you mean to go on, Libra. Yeah, don't sit in the Seven of Swords. I'll do it next month. Oh, feeling a bit tired today. I'll do it in a month's time. No, Libra, because you might have been lying to yourself. You might have been lying to yourself. Seven of Swords. Yeah, you might have been avoiding starting this because you're a bit tired. Well, again, vicious cycle. Yeah, vicious cycle. This is you grabbing the chocolate, right? This is you drinking 2 cups of coffee because you're so tired and then wondering how you can get to sleep later on that evening. The Devil. Yep, Libra. Yep. High Priestess. You know, Libra, you know you're using your intuition. You've used your intuition, Libra, and you know that you might have to kick some habits that you've just got used to because they're not serving you. They're not serving you, guys. And it could be anything. If you smoke, I mean, I don't, but, you know, if you smoke or if you use an e-cigarette, even e-cigarettes have chemicals in them, right? Caffeine. If you smoke or have e-cigarette, try and change that, whittle down you using the e-cigarette or smoking to one a day, or one, little half an hour session of using an e-cigarette in the evening, and then move it to just on a Friday, and you'll find that gradually you just won't use it anymore. You won't need it anymore. You won't crave it anymore. And if you really need to, buy some sugar-free gum so you got something to do with your mouth, because that will help. I mean, it's just an example, guys, but this is you recognizing that you need to really start thinking about taking care of you, because the group of Libras that I'm connecting with, you are very, very busy. And I'm getting the fact that you're extremely tired. Yeah. What else is going through your mind here? Okay, Seven of Pentacles. You may also be spending money on things that make you feel good, but aren't good for you. Right? Comfort food is expensive. Cigarettes are expensive. E-cigarette stuff is, I think, expensive. Whatever you are consuming, it could even be very high quality caffeinated coffee. It's really expensive these days. Try maybe switching that to a lovely tea with honey, good for your digestion, mint tea. And guys, I am no health freak. I mean, I have been there stuffing my face with chocolate. I used to use an e-cigarette, right? I mean, I've been there and done it. I know what it's like. It's really difficult to kick habits. But if you can do it, you're going to feel so much better. This could be you simply needing to drink a lot more water. When is the last time you've actually drunk a whole litre of water during the day? Do you do that? Maybe you should. Maybe you should start. Yeah, this is you thinking, I'm also going to save a lot of money. Seven of Pentacles. Wow, I'm going to save money if I don't do this anymore. If I don't consume this, buy this anymore. Knight of Swords. Yeah. I'm almost getting you, Libra, feeling cross with yourself, because I think for some of you, this has been a long time coming. This has been a long time coming. Yeah. But Libra, this has to end. Because for some of you guys, this build-up within you, this build-up of chemicals is going to get worse and worse and worse. So this is something you will need to take control of. What are you saying here to yourself? Yeah, time to get moving. Yeah, time to move away from this pattern of behavior, this routine that I got used to that's really unhealthy. Let's have a look, Libra, at whomever has sat in the Ace of Swords. That card flipped over. Ooh, Queen of Cups. So this Queen of Cups is looking at you, making this change. Bless. Okay, who's a Queen of Cups? Oh, somebody who cares about you. Somebody who wants to make sure you're okay. For some of you, this could be even your mum, right? Or this could be your sister. Whoever this is really pleased that you're beginning to really sort of feel as if you're taking charge now, making that change. Queen of Pentacles, this is someone who cares about you. Yeah, Libra. What is she thinking? Temperance, yes. Good. Libra's beginning to take care of themselves, making sure they have a good night's sleep, eating better, all that stuff. They're really pleased for you, Libra. They're glad you're doing this. Yes, what they're saying is really good news. Fantastic. Good for you. Because whoever this is has seen you work really hard, has seen you struggle, has seen you feeling very tired, lethargic, listless, no energy. And I think this is someone who's been slightly worried. What is the energy between you and whomever this is, Libra? Yeah, somebody who cares about you. Somebody who cares about you. Could even be a really good friend. Yeah. So guys, what you are fearing is you're going to be peed off, you're going to be angry, you're going to be marching around the house thinking, oh, flipping hell, I want chocolate, I want to have my cigarettes, or I want to have a glass of wine, or I want to have my caffeinated coffee in the morning because I need it. Libra, this is you just knowing that you might find the first few weeks really challenging. But, and again, I've been through this. After a few weeks, you will feel so different, feeling livelier, feeling as if you've had a really good night's sleep, knowing that you're not consuming so many chemicals, or you're not eating food that's too rich for you, or you're cutting down on gluten-laden food. You're going to feel so much better, guys. What you're hoping to do with the Six of Cups is, again, go back to a healthier routine. For many of you, you're also going to be realizing, guys, that you're actually saving money, because this isn't you thinking, right, okay, everything organic, because it's a fortune. It's really expensive. This is you just cutting out the chemical-ridden foods that are usually luxury foods, drinking a lot more water. And if you can manage to do that, that will end up saving you some money, because whatever you're buying that is too rich, too saturated, too full of chemicals, those types of things are normally quite expensive. And so, Libra, you may end up realizing you're saving money, particularly if you're cutting out, you know, a vice, particularly if you're cutting out caffeine, cigarettes or e-cig stuff. I think is really expensive these days. Cutting out maybe alcohol. And if you love a glass of wine in the evening, then try to just limit that to a glass on a Friday night. Even if it's just you, just enjoy a glass on a Friday night. You don't need to go completely teetotal. But what I'm seeing here is you might just be over comfort eating or consuming stuff that's not actually making you feel better. It's making you feel more and more tired, because your body has to fight all the chemicals, right? Yeah. So this is you going back to maybe a healthier routine that you used to have in the past. Lovely. And with the energy of the Page of Pentacles, Libra, yeah, I mean, again, this is starting from scratch. Starting from scratch. You are manifesting your way out of sitting in the Nine of Wands. Feeling as if you haven't got any energy. Oh, I'm so tired. I shouldn't have eaten all that last night, right? Or I shouldn't have had 3 cups of coffee before I went to bed because I didn't sleep. I mean, whatever you are consuming. And again, 9 of Cups can be overindulgence, but Knight of Wands in reverse, you don't have any energy. And you're telling yourself the truth. Right? Page of Swords, you know the truth. So, Libra, this is all good, guys. I keep hearing clean sweep. Let's have a look at the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Libra, you're going to be a bit grumpy to begin with. You're going to be thinking, oh, this is ridiculous. Why am I putting myself through this? Yeah, because your body's going to go through withdrawal symptoms. And that's normal, guys. You are going to go through withdrawal symptoms. And you are going to feel grumpy. You are going to feel annoyed. But give it a few weeks, Libra. You know, give it a few weeks. Yeah, don't sabotage this, Libra. Don't sabotage this, Libra. Yeah, don't go to the shops and, you know, end up buying 6 Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know. Libra, don't sabotage this, because you're going to feel cross with yourself. You are going to feel as if you are missing whatever you used to have. You are going to feel it. But be strong with yourself, King of Swords. Be strong with yourself, right? But also, this isn't you going cold turkey, Libra. This isn't you cutting out everything you love, because it will be too much. Because that's just being cruel to yourself. This is you just weaning yourself off the things that you simply know aren't good for you, guys. But make sure you have substitutes that are much healthier. Because if you just leave a void, you're then going to be tempted to indulge again. Yeah, 3 of Wands. And Libra, this is you on a brand new journey. Fantastic, guys. This is you on a brand new journey. Feeling lighter, Knight of Cups, feeling in love with life again, having a lot more energy. Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys, really beautiful. And Wheel of Destiny. You are going to move, Libra, into a beautiful new cycle where you're feeling better, you are sleeping better. If you have any type of digestive issues, they're just going to vanish. You may want to take some kind of supplement. It could just be probiotics, okay? But you're going to be feeling really good, guys. Yes, and you may be feeling good enough to go out and be a bit more social. Yeah, because you'll have the energy. So Libra, for some of you, you'd have hated this reading, and I don't blame you guys, but try not to leave horrible comments, because for some Libras, this is needed, even as a trigger to get you guys moving into a healthier cycle. And again, I have been through this. This is not easy, but you do feel better. Allow yourself time to get used to this. And I think, Libra, you're not going to look back. Now let's move into Work Your Light, Rebecca Campbell. Let's just see what comes through. Archangel Michael, what do we have from this deck for my Libras for their reading for mid-August? Leap. There we go. Take that leap of faith, Libra. You go first. The universe will catch you. Go for it, guys. Start a brand new clean cycle and you're going to feel $1 million afterwards. Yeah, go for it. Okay, a brand new cycle is about to unfold for you. Yeah, and you're going to be feeling so much better, guys. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that's helped. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye, Libra.